Dear students, welcome to you all. Today I am going to discuss about definite integral as the limit of a sum. Dear students, in this section we shall give the definition of definite integral as the limit of a sum. Let f(x) be a continuous real-valued function defined on the closed interval a to b. Let pq represent the curve y is equal to fx as shown in figure 1. Here this is pq, which represent the curve y is equal to fx. Here in this figure also pq represent the curve y is equal to fx. Then the area of PQRS, here this is PQRS, equal to integration of a to b f of x dx. Here suppose that x not equal to a, here x not equal to a and xn equal to b, here xn equal to b, here also in this figure x not equal to a and xn equal to b. Insert n minus 1 points, that is x1, x2, x3 and so on up to xn minus 1 between a and b, so as to divide the intervals, that is closed interval a to b into n sub-intervals of equal width h. Here the width of each rectangle is equal to h, means having the same width. Here also in this figure each rectangle having the same width, that is h. Then xi equal to a plus ih for every I equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on n. Means if we put I is equal to 0, we get x not equal to a. Here if I is equal to 1, we get x1 is equal to a plus h and so on. And if I is equal to n, in that case we get xn is equal to a plus nh here, and that is equal to b. Therefore xn is equal to b equal to a plus nh, and on the basis of this we find h is equal to b minus a by n. Dear students, let Sn, here small sn, denote the sum of areas of n lower rectangles. Here this is lower rectangles, these are lower rectangles below the curve here, and sum of areas of n lower rectangles which is denoted by small sn, and here Sn, that is capital Xn, denote the sum of areas of n upper rectangles. Here this is upper rectangles. So sum of areas of these upper rectangles is denoted by capital Sn. Raised over sub-intervals xi minus 1 to xi for I equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on up to n respectively. Means if we put I equal to 1, we get first sub-interval x naught, I 1 minus 1 means 0, x naught and x1 here, x naught, x1, similarly x1, x2, similarly x3, x2, x3 and so on up to xn minus 1 to xn, similarly in this figure also here. Then Sn, that is the sum of areas of n lower rectangles, and this is equal to h into f of x naught plus h into f of x1 plus h into f of x2 plus and so on, plus h of f xn minus 2 plus h of f xn minus 1. And here capital Sn, here this is Sn, and here this denote the sum of areas of n upper rectangles. Here these are upper rectangles, so Sn denote the areas of these upper, sum of areas of these upper rectangles, and this is equal to h of h into f of x1 plus h into f of x2 plus h into f of x3 plus and so on, plus h into f of x1. Here how can we find here? Dear students, already we know that area of a rectangle is equal to length into breadth, and here this length, the length of every the breadth of every, also we can say that the width of every rectangle is here h, here in this figure also h, and here corresponding here length, here we can find here x not equal to a, so corresponding what will be the length? fa. Or if we take x naught, then length into breadth, f x naught into h. So we have written h into f x naught. Similarly at x1, here the width is h and here length f x1, so area h into f x1. So we have written here. Similarly we can write up to plus h f x n minus 1. Similarly here Sn equal to h into f of x1. Here we take this point here, at this here, this is the length and this is the width. So area equal to length into breadth, so we get h into f of x1. And similarly plus h into f of x1. We have Sn means sum of areas of n lower rectangles less than area of PQRS less than the sum of areas of n upper rectangles. Here we can easily see here area of PQRS here greater than the sum of areas of n lower rectangles here, and here the sum of here the area of PQRS here, this is less than the sum of areas of upper rectangles. So we have written here Sn less than area of PQRS less than Sn. With increase in the value of n, means if we increase the n, the rectangles become narrower. It results in increase in the value of Sn and decrease in the value of here Sn. We can say this is capital Sn. As n tending to infinite, the limiting values of Sn and Sn become equal to area of PQRS. That is area of PQRS equal to integration of a to b f of x dx, and this is equal to limit n tends to infinite Sn equal to limit n tends to infinite Sn, means limit n tends to infinite sum of areas of n lower rectangles equal to limit n tends to infinite the sum of areas of n upper rectangles. Therefore, integration of a to b f of x dx equal to limit n tends to infinite Sn. This is equal to limit n tends to infinite h f x naught plus h f x1 plus and so on plus h f xn minus 1. And this is equal to limit n tends to infinite. Here we have taken h as a common, so we get h f a, x not equal to a, so f a plus x1, here a plus h, so this is we have written here f a plus h plus and so on plus f a plus n minus 1 h. Since h is equal to what is the width, that is b minus a by n, and this is tends to 0 as n tends to infinite. Means if n tends to infinite, in that case h tends to 0. Therefore, we have integration of a to b f of x dx is equal to limit h tends to 0 h f a plus f a plus h plus f a plus 2h plus and so on f a plus n minus 1 h, where n is equal to b minus a by h, and on the basis of this we can find nh is equal to b minus a. Dear students, the above expression is known as the definition of definite integral as the limit of sum. The following results will be commonly used in evaluating definite integrals as the limit of sums. Here we have given first 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus and so on plus n minus 1. We get the sum of this series here. This is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. Here that is the 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus and so on plus n minus 1 square. In this case, the sum is n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 by 6. Third, 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 3 cube plus and so on plus n minus 1 whole cube, and the sum equal to n into n minus 1 by 2 whole square. Fourth, a plus ar square plus and so on plus ar to power n minus 1, and this is geometric series here. In that case, the sum equal to a into r to power n minus 1 by r minus 1, and here the condition that r not equal to 1. Fifth, limit h tends to 0 e to power nh minus 1 by nh equal to 1. And 6, limit h tends to m to the power nh minus 1 by nh equal to log m, where m greater than 0. Now we will discuss about the solution of exercise 7.8 from NCERT. Question number 4. Evaluate integration of 1 to 4 x square minus x dx as the limit of sum. To find the solution, we have integration of 1 to 4 x square minus x dx. Dear students, we know that integration of a to b f of x dx equal to limit h tends to 0 h into fa plus f a plus h plus and so on plus f a plus n minus 1 h. Here from above, here we have discussed already, where n equal to b minus a by h. Dear students, we compare integration of 1 to 4 x square minus x dx with integration of a to b fx dx. We get a is equal to 1, b is equal to 4 and fx is equal to x square minus x. Then integration of 1 to 4 x square minus x dx equal to limit h tends to 0 h into f1 plus f1 plus h plus f1 plus 2h plus and so on plus f1 plus n minus 1 h. This is taken as 1 and n is equal to b minus a by h. We get 3 by h and therefore nh is equal to 3. This is taken as 2. Now we find the value of f1. Putting 1 here in x square minus x, we get 0. F of 1 plus h, we put 1 plus h in this function here, x square minus x, we get this is equal to h square plus h. Similarly, f of 1 plus 2h, we find this is equal to 4h square plus 2h and so on. To find f of 1 plus n minus 1h, value of this here, we solve, we get this is equal to n minus 1 whole square h square plus n minus 1h. Therefore, integration of 1 to 4 x square minus x dx equal to limit h tends to 0 h into 0 here. Putting all the above values in 1, we get f1 0. So we put here 0 plus f1 plus h. We have h square plus h. So we have written here f1 plus 2h. We have 4h square plus 2h. We have written here plus and so on. We have f1 plus n minus 1 h. This is equal to n minus 1 is whole square h square plus n minus 1h. So we have written here this is from 1, means putting all the above values in 1, we get this here, where nh is equal to 3. This is equal to limit h tends to 0 h into, we arrange the square terms together, we get h square plus 4h square plus and so on plus n minus 1 whole square h square plus remaining terms here h plus 2h plus and so on n minus 1 h. And here we have taken h square as a common, we get limit h tends to 0. Here h into h square 1 plus 1 square plus 2 square plus and so on plus n minus 1 whole square plus here we have taken h common, we get 1 plus 2 plus and so on plus n minus 1. This is equal to limit h tends to 0 h into h square. Here we have already discussed the sum of 1 square plus 2 square plus and so on plus n minus 1 whole square is n into n minus 1 into 2n minus 1 by 6. And here sum of 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on plus n minus 1, we have n into n minus 1 by 2. So we have written here, and this is equal to limit h tends to 0. Here we multiply by h, we get h cube into n minus 1 to n minus 1 by 6 plus h square into n minus 1 by 2, and here h cube. So we multiply by h cube. Here 1h, that is with n, we get nh, and second h with n minus 1 we get nh minus h, and third h with 2n minus 1 we get 2nh minus h, and here h square, so 1h with n we get nh, and second is with n minus 1 we get nh minus h, and this is by 2, this is by 6. Here putting the value of nh, here this is equal to 3, so we put here, we get limit h tends to 0, 3 into 3 minus h into 2 into 3 minus h by 6 plus 3 into 3 minus h by 2 here, and putting h tends to 0 here, we solve, we get 3 into 3 minus 0 into 6 minus 0 by 6 plus 3 into 3 minus 0 by 2, and here we solve this, we get 18 by 2 plus 9 by 2, and this is equal to 27 by 2. Therefore, integration of 1 to 4 x square minus x dx equal to 27 by 2. Dear students, assignment is given, solve exercise 7.8 from NCERT. Thank you.